Yes, in its truest form, the word empathy wouldn't exist, right? Because it's just everything is just consciousness and everything is just conscious presence. We wouldn't call the universe or God an empathetic being because this universe or this consciousness is always there. It's accepting of all kinds of emotions and feelings and everything. It's this deep stillness and presence that's just there without a label of, hey, I'm present for human beings. Hey, I'm present for trees and plants. I'm present for animals. It's just there.
So when we empathize with somebody, or say you gave an example of a movie, similarly, if someone is sharing their pain with me and I'm empathizing, I can feel their pain. Isn't that also, wouldn't that also be that my presence is not here with you? Does that make sense?
Sometimes the pain the other person is feeling, if you're feeling it, could also reflect an unresolved pain in yourself that matches the pain of the other person. And if there is resistance to that emotion, say a character has just died on the TV screen, and we're empathizing with the family member of the character. So, the grief element that comes with that, if there has been previous judgment about the emotion itself, or if this was ridiculed, say at some point, this happens to a lot of empaths, right? If sensitivity is expressed, they might have been ridiculed at, oh, you're so sensitive. Why are you crying for everything? So, when there are unresolved thoughts and feelings about the emotion itself, it's an opportunity for that to be felt and seen sometimes while watching TV and also practicing being present with it. If you're completely present, even if you become aware of presence as these emotions come up, it gives space for the presence within you to resolve your own issues around the emotion. And with time, you'll start to notice that it won't affect you as much. It's almost like a container that had a remaining of 50% emotion. And slowly it gets empty, and then there will suddenly be no reaction to another person sharing their pain or sharing their grief. And that's when you realize there's probably enough resolution with that emotion. But, like you mentioned, sometimes if there isn't enough presence in our system, it's possible that our awareness completely shifts and moves into the other person because we want to feel into their pain. We want to show up for them and want to comfort them. It's almost like an imaginary version of us is hugging them, but the body is still here. And we are here, but we've moved into the other person's energy field and we are like comforting them. And now we're picking up their emotions, but this body is starting to like feel it. If that has been your experience.
Yeah, and I am just wondering that is it a good or a bad thing? I mean, I know there is nothing good and bad, but if I want to hold space for someone or be there for them, then having empathy, does it mean that I am not being present or have my presence with me? And I'm just wondering how could I go about it, you know, to be able to make them feel that, hey, yeah, I understand your problem. I know exactly what you're going through and I'm here for you. But at the same time, stay present with it, just have that presence within me.
Yes, just when you're just present, that's the biggest gift you can give someone. And if there are thoughts that arise saying, the way that I show up for someone is if I carry their emotion too, then that's the mind trying to buy you into the idea of matching their emotion so the other person feels good. You can be present with someone without sharing the exact same emotion. So if someone is crying, if you don't cry, but you're still completely present, like completely in your body, and just there with them, even without sharing any words, if the other person is comfortable, like holding their hand, or simply being with them, not saying much, they will feel that presence. But when there is mind activity, the mind will start to interfere and say, I want this person to know that I'm there for them. So maybe I'll share some of their pain. And then if we start panicking, saying, hey, I'm feeling your pain. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then it's kind of adding to their emotion. And now you've brought in some of their emotion into your system too, which is unnecessary. So just being present itself builds a boundary without you having to have imaginary boundaries around you. And by presence, it's completely being aware of your body when you're engaging with any person or any activity. And when thoughts come up, just bringing yourself back into the body and imagining your awareness to have this gravity around it.
So that would actually be being empathetic in its true form.
Yes, in its truest form, the word empathy wouldn't exist, right? Because it's just everything is just consciousness and everything is just conscious presence. We wouldn't call the universe or God an empathetic being because this universe or this consciousness is always there. It's accepting of all kinds of emotions and feelings and everything. It's this deep stillness and presence that's just there without a label of, hey, I'm present for human beings. Hey, I'm present for trees and plants. I'm present for animals. It's just there without an added label of, now I'm going to show up as empathetic to certain beings that are incarnated. Now I'm not going to show up as empathetic. So there is no being this way or that way when it comes to the universal consciousness. And when we are embodying that conscious presence, that is presence. And that itself is empathy. That itself is showing up. That itself is being there for people.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.